Sounds good. Hold on. Don't fall out. Hi. Go play over there. Go play. Oh, you went back live finally?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to let us maybe this time.
Drive your truck?
Papa.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well,
Uh-oh. Did they have an accident?
So for whatever reason, I wasn't able to keep going on the live. It kept saying that I was unable to connect.
Is that a transformer
So we just ended it, and I restarted my phone and just kind of let it sit there for a little while.
Here, don't do that. Bring it to Grandma.
And now it looks like it's going to let us go again. We've had a few bites while we was trying to get this to work, but no fish.
Oh, there's a button. There you go.
But a trusty bait is a good old wad night crawler on a hook,
Yeah.
which at this particular moment is the only thing that we've had bites on. I know that a lot of people that are trophy cat fishermen kind of frown or whatever you might call it on night crawlers, but I caught an 18 and a 20-pound flathead on a dang night crawler, so it kind of convinced me to never totally get rid of them. And I think somebody's recently broke the Nebraska blue cat state record, but the record for decades on the blue cat was on the Missouri River, and it was 100.3 pounds or something like that, and it was on a night crawler. So I've learned to not discard the night crawler. Since in Nebraska, on rivers and streams and stuff like that, you're allowed up to 15 rods if you want. Uh-oh. Granny's got one. Better help her out. Well, we're going to turn this phone here. I don't know what she's got, but something hammered that thing.
Careful, Ricky.
Kind of some stiff current here. So it could be a small fish that fights like a big one. We'll find out in a minute. in you. All right, come here.
Fish.
Yeah, Granny got a fish, a nice one too.
Oh my.
Yeah, a nice one.
I've got to get up here now.
Ew.
Yeah, he got muddy.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him off the hook. As you get slapped in the face.
That's a pretty nice drum, y'all. Hello, Isabella.
No.
Thank you for stopping in as well. That's a pretty nice drum, y'all. That's probably, I don't know, 3 pounds, I bet. That's not a bad drum.
No.
Some of them river cat tackle hooks.
That's a pretty nice fish, y'all,
Hey, fish.
for a drum.
Do you want to pet the fish?
Hey, fish.
Say hi to the fish.
Cute.
Is he cute?
Mama. Ew.
Yeah, he got
Go
some
help
slime,
Pop put him back.
Come on, let's go
You can put him back there, bud.
Have a good day, Isabella.
Max. Hey. Hey, sit down.
Oh, that's a good dog. Did you help put him back?
Yeah, we got him turned loose.
Max. Go. Look. Look.
So that was a nice change. We had a lot of
Max.
dead time there, but that was nice. That was probably a good 2 to 3 pound drum. That was a pretty good drum. That's definitely the best drum we've caught out of this section of the canal.
I want to catch me another one of them 17-pound carp or 16-pound carp.
Yeah.
Whatever you call them. Buffalo.
Well, we brought a lot of bait. We'll see what bites. So far, the drum are biting pretty prevalent today. I don't think we've had any bites from anything else. It don't matter what fishing pole you give Janice. She'll catch the fish. I think the only rod that she's had that she didn't catch a fish on was that one trophy cat that I gave her. So she gave that one to me, and I ended up catching 9 flathead on it last year. And then a young man that we met needed a rod and reel, and that happened to be the only one of the spinning style that we had open. So I ended up giving him that one. I don't think he's actually took the time to use it yet, but
Over 8.
he's sure proud of it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ow.
Well, I'm gonna get the snipe crawler back in the water. Grandson is over here doing action scenes.
Uh-oh, Bucko.
Yeah. Better get him out of the way so I don't fall. Grandma will break her ankle on them silly things. Our goal is catfish, but I'll take any fish. That does not include soft shell turtles because those guys are disgusting. I do not like soft shell turtles. Not a fan at all. Beautiful day out today. I think one of the nicer days we've had in a couple of weeks. Where'd that stick go? I want to make sure it don't go into my line. Looks like it's full of cotton.
Hello, Miss Lisa. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. We have important action scenes going on down here. Intense. So one thing that's kind of a constant battle in this particular area is just grass and stuff in the water, coating up your line if it sits for a while. So right now we got the cotton flying through the air as well, so that's even more stuff that gets on your line. I need to... So that's kind of a struggle, I guess. It seems to get on your line good enough that it takes a minute to get it back off when you reel it up, and you got to be careful because it'll go right through your eyelets and wrap around your reel, and kind of sticky stuff.
Nope, no fish. No, I don't even have a baby fish. Morning.
Morning, ladies.
They're fishing on the wrong side. They're jumping all over on the side over there. Huge fish. You can see their fins all over.
Probably big old carps. There should be about done spawning. I caught a 16-pound buffalo out of here the other day.
Really? Yeah, they're going crazy this morning.
So this is a pretty long walking trail. It goes for several miles. And actually up and down this power canal, as long as you're on foot, you can walk for 30 miles if you want. Because it goes from downstream a ways, like they call them lakes, but they're the one lake, which is called Lake Babcock. It's more of a sediment area for the canal before it goes downstream and gets into the powerhouse. But there's another real small lake that's deeper, and it's actually kind of a legitimate lake. It's called Lake North. I think it's 12 or 15 feet deep in the deepest area, but it's fed off this canal. So as the water, as the water goes up and down by shutting the powerhouses on and off, the levels in that lake rise and drop daily. Sometimes, like later on in the summer, there should pretty well be a kind of a set routine, but here for the last few years, it's kind of been off. But we haven't really fished up here that much in the last few years, so we haven't really figured out the times and all that when they turn the water on and off, because this thing actually goes downstream for a ways. After it gets to that powerhouse, it'll go downstream for another couple 3 miles or whatever it is. Might even be 5 miles, I don't know. I've never actually gauged it, but this actually dumps into an area called the tail races, and you have your Platte River and your Loop River and this power canal, and they all dump together in this one area, and they call that the tail races. And so then from there, after that, it's just the Platte River until it dumps into the Missouri. But yes, Miss Lisa, he's having a great time. We always enjoy him.
Driving his cars.
We have intense action scenes constantly. There's a big old carp that jumped out of the water down yonder.
Rude.
Our house has the exact same thing as the riverbank, so
Okay.
we don't even need a working DVD player or a cable. We have intense action scenes all the time.
Uh-oh,
it broke.
car broke.
You break it?
Yep.
See if I can turn this a little.
No, you're not getting the
That
worm.
tree branch, I'm kind of struggling to see my pole.
Hi, worm. Grandma wants to nail in one of them big old carts.
But yeah, this is, there's actually 2 powerhouses up and down this canal. There's one upstream a ways in a town called Monroe, real small town.
All right, watch out.
And then the big one is here in Columbus, downstream a couple miles or so. And this water tends to get deep, like in the places where the canal is narrower. It's probably upward of 7-8 feet deep. And then downstream from here, I don't know, probably 300-400 yards, is a sediment area that they call Lake Babcock, and that's the water itself is probably no more than knee or waist deep in the deepest spot, but the sediment, the mud, is probably neck deep. Like if you fell out of a canal. Ha! Yeah, Mr. Randy.
Hey, back up.
Well, she caught a nice drum just a few minutes ago, but unfortunately it wasn't big enough for me to run the net, so I was rendered useless on that one.
Gonna get me the mallet.
Yeah, sometimes them rocks are pretty tight right there. So when we come up here, this is the only area where we use someone else's rod holders. And she doesn't have one set up at the moment, but we use, when we fish Lake Babcock over there, there's just a fine crack, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a concrete guy, but between the concrete wall and the actual road, there's a crack. And Adam Zimmerman up in Wisconsin makes a rod holder called Cat Claws. And if you turn them around backwards and use a mallet or a hammer to drive them into that crack, then they work out pretty good. But I've learned how to use our cradle style in that area as well. And so I went back to using our rod holders in that spot. But one spot where his are still better is right here in this spot. His, I don't make one that'll work in this just yet, but I am currently thinking it.
Collecting rocks.
But his will actually go in between the boards. And works out. Now I haven't thought of how to make myself a rod holder that'll do that. I tend to be very mindful on making sure that my stuff doesn't look like other people's stuff. Kind of like to be a little bit original as much as possible. And I know that the pipe rod holder's been out for a lot longer than me or anybody watching this live has been around. However, I do believe I'm the only one that does it the way that I do it, with the powder coating and the personalization and everything else. And so I kind of go on that. I've always liked the pipe rod holder better than everything else. I know they tend to be heavier and bulkier if you have to walk for a ways, but that's why we have a wagon. So if we're in a spot where we have to walk in, I'm not worried about the weight because I have a wagon to carry them in.
I gotta pull my chair out.
Hey.
And this year I have started making some rod holders that are nicer. Previously I was just using the crappy ones that I messed up or whatever, but this year I've been starting to make some that are nice just for us to use.
Chair is wet.
And that way, you know, when we're using our product out and other people come around, they can at least see it in a nice form.
Guys.
Wow, that was a pretty big fish that just jumped over there.
One of them dang carps. Carps and monsters in here.
Seen a few drums jump up out of the water too, which is kind of rare, but yeah, there's a lot of big carp jumping clean up out of the water right here. I'm going to try to turn this. I don't know if y'all that are watching can actually see how beautiful that is with the sun coming up over the water like that, but it's really quite beautiful. It's a nice calm day. It was dead calm when we got up here, but recently we just had a slight breeze start up, and I think that the high gusts today, for a change, instead of being 30 to 40, are going to be 10 or 15, I think, for the high gust. I think after a while the nominal is going to be around 8. I can't really remember what I seen on my weather app. I just remember looking at it and seeing that it was supposed to be calm enough that maybe we could do a live. kind of share some of the scenery that we get to look at. One of our favorite places a few hours south of here is there's no signal down there, so a live is pretty much out of the question. And so we never get to do a live there. We just kind of do pictures there and throw them on Facebook. Yes, Mr. Randy, that is a really nice view. It's just absolutely beautiful, you know. This area gets pretty well taken care of. You're not likely to find a lot of garbage on the ground and that sort of thing. There's a couple of spots that we fish where we tend to find a lot of garbage.
That's my bobber. I'm trying to catch bait.
But this area here is usually pretty well taken care of.
Bird?
Besides the fact that a lot of people that come here are under camera, which is right up there on that post, but also a lot of the people that utilize the walking trail, they'll come through here, some of them, and just come through with trash bags, and if they see anything, they'll just pick it up and put it in the trash can. And I actually thought there was a trash can right in this area, but I don't see it.
They haven't put it out yet, but there's a dumpster at the parking lot.
Okay.
So maybe they switched the trash can out to the big dumpster.
They probably did. Make it easier.
Grandma.
But yeah, it's a really beautiful area, and you can't drive all of the canal. There's a lot of it that's closed off to public traffic, but there is actually quite a bit of it that you can drive just all up and down the bank, and just kind of fish wherever you want. You're allowed to fish anywhere you want as long as you want to walk in the areas that you ain't allowed to drive. But we don't tend to walk into too many places because it requires bringing our gargantuan stroller for our son, and it's kind of a pain in the neck a little bit. And so we just kind of tend to look for places where we can just have him next to us like this. And anytime we can just leave him in the truck,
No, Uncle's taking a nap.
even though he's not a big fan of leaving the house, he can at least take a nap as long as he wants in there, and nobody, you know, he's not in the direct sunlight and he's not in the wind. I don't know if it has to do with his eyesight or what, but he's pretty much blind. He can only see like shapes or outlines. He really can't see nothing. And so the wind really bothers his face, and I don't know if maybe his vision is why, because he can't see what's touching his face or what. I don't know. But he does not like wind. And so anytime we can just leave him in a truck, that's what we do.
Tree branches and all.
And that way, if we need to run the truck for the air, we need to roll windows down or run the heat, or, you know, because we really don't care what the temperature is. Uh-oh, my shrimp's getting a bite. Uh-oh.
That grandpa's getting a bite. We're trying shrimp this year. Trying shrimp this year, and right now his shrimp is getting a bite. Or was getting a bite, so we'll see if it actually probably robbed him. We've been robbed a couple times this morning already. Oh, he said to let go of it. So at least the shrimp might work today. Now he's gonna have to rebait. We haven't tried shrimp for years, so we're trying shrimp again. And grandson followed him. Grandson gets excited when we get bites. It's just gorgeous out here today. We'll spend all day out here. Yes, Miss Alice, he's running around with Pa right now because Pa got bites. He's usually over here playing with his cars. So he's over there helping Pa. Cleaning the grass off the line and fixing the bait. I'm trying to catch more live bait, but they're not taking it. And we can't use a cast net up here. Nebraska has weird laws. You can only use a cast net in certain spots at certain times of the year. And we're doing pretty good, Alice. Today's been one of the really nice days this last couple of weeks. Finally, the wind is calm enough. We're trying to learn this canal because we have a fishing tournament coming up for the bank. He's picking grass off his line. How have you been, Alice? Bites are slow this morning, but the fish are moving. We're just trying to find where the fish are. Oh, I gotta come up and get bait, it looks like. Oh, no, he's recasting. Caught a little 2 or 3 pound drum this morning and a little bait sized drum this morning and a bunch of grass. No fish? Get
No.
away?
Whatever was chewing on that shrimp, dropped it.
Rude. Miss Alice is on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
How you doing, Miss Alice?
What?
Mom.
Come here.
Hey, just for the record, Randy, I caught one fish. I actually caught the first fish, a small drum. But technically, I still didn't catch it, I guess, because
I reeled it in.
I was over here doing something, and Janice reeled it in. So I guess technically I didn't catch it.
Got all these bait fish over here jumping by my bobber, but I can't catch them.
That's it?
Yep, stay right there.
Hey.
No, I said stay.
Mom.
Check my bait.
Okay.
Get all
But
the
yeah,
crap.
whatever was chewing on that shrimp, they dropped it. But there was still enough of it left, I threw it back out there instead of throwing it away.
No.
Me and grandson reeled up the night crawler, checked that out, and got it back out. It is just an absolutely amazing day. About as good a temperature as what you could ask for. Warm enough for sandals and shorts,
Watch out.
but not hot. I think it's supposed to be low 80s today for the high. But if it has this little bit of breeze all day, it'll be really doable. I know for folks in Texas, the 80s would be a cold spell, but up here, like just a few days ago, we were having highs in the 50s still. And so we're kind of grateful that it's finally warming up. But we're grateful for that rain that we've been having too. Yeah, well, up here those fish seem to sleep in quite a bit, Miss Alice. This is not our primo spot. We are trying to learn this canal a little bit, figure out what baits work. We've been trying a whole bunch of baits because we have a Father's Day tournament on this canal, catfish tournament, and we're trying to figure out, like, we've both caught a couple of small flatheads out of here. Janice caught 2 small flatheads in this spot, and I caught 1 small one about a week or week and a half ago on night crawlers. But I don't know, I always have 1 rod because we're allowed several rods on rivers and streams. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, Miss Alice, on Facebook and that, YouTube, talking about down south it's just nonstop rain. People in Ohio as well. And here in this town, Columbus, they get a lot of rain as well. But in our town and our county, rain is pretty hard to come by. And up until last year, we had probably 4 solid years of drought. Because 2020, the spring of 2020 is the last time we had a wet spring. And then 21, 2, and 3 was just dry. Like our groundwater just seems, it's just absolutely depleted. And like the roads, the dirt roads and people's lawns have cracks that are sometimes 2 inches wide from how dry it's been. But this area here, even during the drought years, was still getting 10 times more rain than we got. And so even though it's been cold, we've been pretty grateful for this last week having like 3 solid days of rain. That was just amazing, and it was a nice slow rain for the most part, so it actually got down into the ground a little bit, which is pretty tremendous. Yeah, I know a lot of folks in Ohio that we have on Facebook and YouTube have been talking a lot about how much daggum rain that y'all been getting, and in our area I'm kind of jealous. I'd have been more than happy to take some of that off y'all's hands. I'm pretty sure a lot of folks down south would have been more than happy to ship a whole bunch of their rain up this way. Like Mr. Steve that makes them monster rod holders. Like, they had so much rain and stuff down that way, he lost his house and his business, and like a lot of people down that way lost a lot of stuff because of rain and flood. We're up here with ground that has 2-inch cracks in it. Going, hey, you know, you can share. You don't have to keep it all. Our little river that we fish the most, that runs right by our village, that thing is just, if it wasn't for the natural springs, it would be dried up. But there's just enough natural springs coming up out of it that there's just enough water to keep most of the fish alive. This particular area here, this is a lot deeper river bottom than what we live in, and there's a ton of water here. But a lot of this water don't come from here. A lot of this water comes from out west of here several hours. But all up underneath of us is, they call it the Ogallala Aquifer or something like that. But like this power canal is, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, maybe an hour upstream from here. Morning, JV. Thank you for stopping in. Yes, we have caught a couple. I caught a small drum right out of the gate, and I missed a couple. Janice caught a nice drum, probably about 2 or 3 pounds, not that long ago. We're actually trying to figure out how to get these catfish. Yeah, Miss Alice, I can't say that I necessarily disagree with you. Something's definitely hormonally off. But we're actually actively trying to learn this canal. It's not like a river or a creek or something like that where it's all basically natural structure. This is all man-made and man-dug, and upstream from here in a town called Monroe, they got a powerhouse on this thing. It's a power canal. It's for generating electricity. They got a big powerhouse downstream from here a couple of miles. But from downstream from us here, just a few hundred yards, and from there all the way upstream to the head gates where this canal starts in a town called Genoa, we have a tournament. A guy named Derek Sprague that lives here locally in Columbus has a thing called Nebraska Mudcat Association, and he does 1 to 2 tournaments for bank fishermen on this canal every year. He's worked out all the details with the Loop Public Power District, and from Lake North, just downstream a few hundred yards, all the way up, I don't know, there's probably 20 to 30 miles of power canal that we're allowed to fish. Hello, Crazy K. Thank you for stopping in. It's going great. if you're in Lincoln, then you know we're having a beautiful morning. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know that you could ask for a better morning, honestly, especially for our area. I know they're jumping right by your line.
Well, you have one jumping up there by yours. Rude fish. Fish are very rude.
So Crazy K, we're up here on this power canal up here in Columbus. We're trying to learn this canal so we can have some sort of a chance at competition in that Father's Day tournament coming up here. As a matter of fact, if you're out and about and you want to do some fishing, you're welcome to come up here and fish with us. We're planning to be up here tootling around up and down this canal pretty much all day. We'll probably be up here till after dark. Waiting on no, honestly, we don't fish in Lincoln much. Every once in a while we'll go over to Catfish Run and hit that,
But that's nasty up there.
but otherwise we really don't fish Lincoln much. We do most of our fishing up and down the Blue River.
Are you growling at me?
But right now Columbus is only, I don't know, 35 or 40 minutes from our house. Lincoln ain't a whole lot further, but
I like it up here better.
Columbus has the power canal and the powerhouses and got the tail race park. There's a lot of good fishing holes up here that are public access and a lot of water. Not to mention the best Mexican food in the state of Nebraska is right down the road at that orange van. I can't remember the name of it, but anybody that happens to want some absolutely phenomenal, bomb diggity, authentic Mexican food.
Yeah, them girls know what they're doing.
Them girls know how to cook.
It's an addiction.
I'm not sure how on the addiction drug list that they don't have Mexican taco trucks on that, but I'm grateful that they don't. That's an addiction I'm not going to give up easy.
Hugger, I need to put one of my rods out there on the other side of the ground.
But yeah, we're trying to learn this canal a little bit. We have a selection of baits, live bait and still bait. We have a small drum in the cooler that we're going to chop up later for, uh-oh, looks like my shrimp's getting a bite or something. Something's happening. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's a false alarm.
What? You eat more than I do.
But yeah, Crazy K, if you feel like getting out of the house, you're welcome to come up and fish with us. We're going to travel up and down the canal. Maybe you've been up here before. Maybe you could see some new spots. I don't know. A lot of it's by walk-in only, but a lot of it you can drive up and down the canal. And it's pretty much all public access, in or at your own risk.
Oh, boo-boo. Ow.
I'm just impressed that my shrimp is getting a bite, Miss Alice.
We haven't tried shrimp for years.
Like we just pretty well quit using shrimp because
No,
yeah, I get that.
okay.
Definitely don't want to drive with bad brakes.
Grandma is not doing that.
Not that.
But yeah, pretty much the whole canal is public access. It's But they have signs up because the water is fast and it's dangerous, you know. Enter at your own risk. There's at least one person every year that either they or one of their kids gets croaked on this canal because they don't give this water the respect that it deserves. And
No way.
it's heartbreaking, but that's what happens if you don't respect the water.
Yeah, we've saved a couple lives.
Years ago, I bet it's been close to 20 years ago, we was down to the tail race park, and us and some friends of ours and my sister, and there was a huge sandbar after a big flood. Huge sandbar. It went all the way across there, almost all the way from one bank to the other. And this lady and this guy was out there with some little kids. I bet the oldest kid couldn't have been more than 6 or 8 years old. The other one was still in diapers. Well, where the canal dumps into that tail race, there's a big wall. That water goes down over that wall, and it's just a big whirlpool under there. Like anybody that's seen a waterfall knows what I'm talking about. It's strong water and it's deep, and it'll just suck you under. It's not a joke. You got to give it the respect. And those guys let the kids get out there, and the water put them in a whirlpool. They was just sitting there going around in circles like a couple of fishing floaters. And so the guy, he jumped in the water and tried to go out there, but then he was just sitting there going up and down with the kids. Well, we looked over, and you know, we hadn't really paid no mind. We was down the sandbar a ways, and we looked over, and the lady was hollering in Spanish, and so I hollered at everybody, and we got all together and made a human chain out to there, and we got the kids out, and then we got the guy out, you know. And obviously they was grateful, but we kind of had to chew at them a little bit, you know, because if they'd have been out there by themselves, they'd have lost 3 people that day. But praise the Lord that we was there and was able to help them out, you know, and get them out of that water. Well, my night crawler had a small bite and then it quit. What's up with that?
My crawler got stolen and I didn't know it.
Well, it could have got stole, I guess, but it could have also got snagged up by the look of that pole. Might have took me down and stuck me on a concrete or something. But yeah, praise the Lord that, you know, somebody was there. Kind of had to chew at them a bit. I don't know if they understood any of what we said or even cared, but you know, they could have lost 2 little kids and that guy that day if nobody was there to, you know, or if we wouldn't have had enough of us to actually get the chain all the way out. That would have sucked too. And I don't think I'd have wanted to see that personally, but
Yeah, 2 people die up that way last year.
well, you know what, Crazy K, I got poles, buddy.
We're sharing. He's got 2 extra here.
If y'all want to fish, we got poles. We always bring extra poles. That's up to you, though.
Yeah.
If you want to fish, we'll get y'all hooked up with some poles. That's the main reason I'm broke most of the time, because I have lots of fishing stuff. My 3 greatest passions in life in exactly this order are Jesus, Janice, fishing. And I know that some people should say I should replace Janice with family, but without Janice, I don't have my family. Hey, come on up, man. Come on up.
That one jumped right in front of your stuff.
I see that.
Rude. I can send you a pin where we're at.
Yep, come on up, man. You want to bring some hamburger? We got our little Coleman stove with us. We're planning to cook burgers after a while.
These fish are kind of rude.
Y'all want to fish, you come on up. That's up to you. We'll set you up. We got poles, we got pole holders.
Yeah, here comes a bunch of people who think they're gonna fish, and we're already here.
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Having any luck?
Oh, we
Yeah.
got a couple drum.
Some drum, nice size.
Oh, the one was bait, he's in our tank, and the other one was like 2 or 3 pounds.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Night crawler.
Nice round with. Oh, you caught them off night. How long y'all been here?
Oh, a couple, 3 hours.
You just caught them here, so you
Oh, they're jumping all over the place. That's not
They
on my
want to
hooks.
let on It happens. It
Taking
happens.
advantage of the wind being down and doing the YouTube live while we do.
Hey, look. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Okay, I'm hoping I ain't. Oh, okay, that way.
Yeah, Jed's pointed that way.
On TV, I don't need nobody ask me for no autograph.
Nope, taking advantage of the beautiful thing.
There you go. I like green.
Don't we all? All mine are involved in fishing poles.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day now.
Well, they knew around. I'm just showing them some fishing places.
Well, every now and again we catch fish here.
Well, it's a good place to fish. There's a lot of snags.
A lot of grass running right now.
They
The
got
reason
some pretty
it is cause the current going this way, everybody's hook going like here. Too many snags. I fished there a lot. Caught a whole lot of fish too.
We got a Father's Day tournament coming up next month. There's
How
a
you doing,
tournament up
man?
here
Yeah.
on the banks.
Yeah, this is another place I'll tell you. We ain't gonna fish here, but it's another place
How
to
you
fish.
doing?
You know what I mean?
Hey.
This still the river.
We can,
Still the
I can
river.
pull this rod up. I ain't getting no bites off it
Oh
anyway.
no, we're not fishing here.
Okay.
We're not fishing here. No, I'm taking them to Genoa. Yeah.
See, and that's where that Father's Day tournament is all the way up from the head
Yeah.
gates down to the lake.
That's a lake, cause you said you don't want a river fish, cause you know what I'm saying. You set up for bass, lakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take them
You
to
wanna
Genoa.
call it a lake?
Yeah,
I
lake.
call it a mud hole.
Well, as long as they fishing, I don't care what it is.
I caught a 16-pound buffalo out of here a couple weeks ago.
Out of here, what you do with it? Put it on. You got your picture took with it.
Uh,
That was like a trophy.
Yeah, it's
Well, you
on.
know where
I
Gino-
threw it on Facebook.
Huh?
I
yeah,
threw
we
it on
put it on
Facebook.
Facebook, put it back in for somebody
Let it
else
go.
to catch
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
We don't take
16
anything.
pounds is too big, dude.
Well, we don't keep anything over 10 pounds because, you know, those are the breeders. Everything up.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah, we got some folks rolled up looking for some fishing holes, getting showed around.
He on YouTube right now.
Yeah, we're doing a YouTube live.
Yeah.
We have a YouTube channel.
What's
we're
your YouTube channel? I follow.
Yeah.
Let me.
419 fishing and powder coating.
I be telling him he can do
I don't know nothing about no phone shit. I can tell my daughter to do all my
Dang
shit.
signal here. No, we're using all kinds of bait. We're trying to learn the canal for that Father's Day tournament because
Okay,
there's fish in here,
a big one.
big ones,
Big one.
and they've caught them.
Like I said, I fish here. I can't even count how many times. Numerous times. By the hundreds right here. Yeah.
And we like it here.
Big
You can
fish.
just get
But
out
see,
and play with his trucks.
It's a lot of snags. Look like somebody got a bite right there.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's so much grass.
A lot of
is running.
snags, yeah. Because here's the river. Everything flowing this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of cotton. We're
And it-
taking all that cotton off the
Yeah.
lines.
You end up in on the bank, getting the, like you said, getting the
Right.
river. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
that's me right there. Well, us.
Oh, another fish jumped way out there. They're rolling all over the place.
You just want to get on the hook, huh?
Yeah. And we're using, we got live bait,
Oh, Miss
night
Alice.
crawlers, cut bait, and shrimp.
What kind of live bait you got? Cause I heard you said live bait. Now, to me, night crawler is live bait.
Carp,
Carp.
We got-
and
We,
chubs.
Oh,
I
y'all
got
use
a-
the carp and the.
Yeah, we got little baby carp in here.
Oh, okay.
I got a chub in there. I got some bullhead in there.
You use them for bait too? How big is the bullhead? Small.
Whoever takes the
Bait
bait first,
size.
bait
Yeah,
size.
bait
Yeah, about
Yeah,
about
yeah,
6-8
yeah.
inches.
Can I see it? I never seen
Yeah.
bite.
You never seen a live fish?
Not a bull.
Bullhead, you have it? Oh, bullhead. Y'all, I thought y'all from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Miss Alice, you ain't got to send us no money.
Yeah.
We'll see if she has any that are already made up. If they ain't,
Bullhead is a cat.
because I know I know we got some
I don't like
stickers
them because
from.
of their stickers.
Hey, if you want,
You got
Stickers
cat.
are yellow.
We got
bullhead.
catfish, but we don't.
Look, that's a black one.
I'm Mississippi. I'm pretty sure you got it. I'm from Arkansas now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty-
but I don't
Mississippi
never
ain't that
tried.
swamp.
You know where the
You
Blue
got
River
bull.
is?
You got bullhead, huh?
You know where the Blue River is?
No.
Over by
Matt.
Surprise.
Got a bunch of them.
Yeah. I know what surprise is.
Okay, that Blue River is the Blue River.
Okay.
If y'all want some bullheads, there's a load
Yeah,
of them.
the little carps are about that big.
Yeah, but the bullhead, I eat bullhead.
I got a bunch of. I got
But I
a
won't
stick
bake
on
it.
mine. Dang it!
I eat the one you just showed me. I'll put him in the grease.
I don't have permission on any farm ponds that have. I know some farm ponds that
The
have,
stick let
Nice,
itself go.
nice.
like master angler bullhead all
Okay.
day. But I don't have permission to fish them, so I can't take you there.
Yeah. No, what?
But
Did you get bass out this way?
I would imagine that
There's
there's.
everything out here, man. Bass, crappie, drum, bluegill, trout,
I would imagine that there's plenty of white bass and
Buffalo.
stripers in here.
stripers, yeah, white bass,
Because-
everything. It's the river.
Because anything that's in the Platte
Yeah.
or in the loop, because
This,
this thing comes off the loop.
this the loop here.
Yeah, the power canal, but it
Yeah,
comes, the
it's
head gates, it comes off the Loop River.
Right.
So anything that's in that Loop River is going to come down.
Right through there.
And
everything
anything-
comes through the loop. Only thing you can't hear is like ocean fish, like shark.
Yeah, you ain't
salmon,
getting no
tuna,
salt water,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
You don't want to
Huh? I don't want to what?
You don't want to
no, Miss Alice, you
You
ain't
can,
got to
you
worry
want
about
to.
that. We'll,
2-3 times.
I'll have to write it down, or else maybe send us an email or something so I don't forget. But
Yeah, I'm gonna check
we'll
mine
look at
out.
home and see what we got, because I know I got some stickers
I'm
from
gonna flip around, though. I gotta reel this one
Miss Lynn Roderson down in Alabama. Janice had that one batch of stickers that she made up that turned out good, and then she couldn't get it to work after that. So I don't know how many of our stickers that we have. But I know we got some from Miss Lynn at least anyways. They're gonna fish. So that guy likes to lure fish.
Holy crap!
Looks like maybe he's got like a torpedo lure or something of that nature. Uh-oh. Yeah, him better put that down. Oh, ain't nothing to be upset about. We'll get you some more.
What you need?
Miss Alice said she was going to do a short live with the stickers, and then the envelope was sliced down the side and damaged the stickers. So
Well-
she was going to send us money for more stickers. I told her don't worry about that. We'll just see what we got at home and send her some.
That's a trusty old postal service or something. That's weird.
Yeah, post office is pretty lame these days. I hate to say it with such a tone, but it appears that Omaha, Nebraska ain't the only place that's having issues in the mail system.
Well, when that cup we made and I sent out the other day, it took 3 days to get to Omaha. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, Miss Alice, we'll see what we got at home. Like I said, hey, what's up, Native Wild Man? Thank you for stopping in. But yeah, send us a messenger or an email or something of that nature so we don't forget, you know. And we'll get you some more stickers sent out. That ain't a problem. I know the ones that we bought from Miss Lynn. We got a pile of those yet. Looks like you fishing one way or another, huh?
Well, they fishing. I'm not fishing here. But I'm going to fish today though. Just not right here.
Got a mess there.
I hate this wire.
Native Wildman, yes, we have had a couple of drum on land. No catfish though. I've missed a couple. I caught one small drum, which we have in the live cooler, along with the bullhead and the baby carp and the
We
chub.
got tied up.
And Janice caught one drum, probably, I don't know, a solid 2, possibly 3 pounds. We obviously turned that one loose. But we got I got a live bullhead out there. Native Wildman says hi.
Hi.
And we got a shrimp. We got some night crawlers out there.
Do your magic.
Got a guy that came up. He's throwing a lure around out there, seeing if he can hook into a bass of some form. He's a bass guy. Got to tie Janice a leader here. We're hoping to figure out how these fish work in this canal. We've never really done much with this up here, and somehow or another I made a mess out of this. Not sure what I did wrong, but somehow or another I made a mess out of it. But it's pulling tight, so I'm just gonna let it be. No cats, huh? Well, Native Wildman, we got a tournament coming up on this canal. On Father's Day weekend, there's a catfish tournament. Derek Sprague with Nebraska Mudcat Association puts it on every Father's Day, and sometimes he puts one on in September. Calls it the September Smackdown. And so we're really trying to learn this canal. Like, we've never really spent a lot of time on it. We've been in Nebraska this time around for 26 years in this area, and we've never really spent a lot of time on it. Early on when we was young, we went fishing up and down this thing a few times, and we just kind of give up on it. Well, we made up our mind recently that we're going to learn this thing. We still want to go down and do some fishing in Kansas, but I don't think we're going to do it as hard and heavy as we have in the past. The older we get, the more painful it's getting to sleep in the truck.
Thank you.
And let me see. Refresh refresh comments and make sure I ain't missing nothing. Last weekend, Native Wildman, we fished 3 solid days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I caught 1 small channel cat first thing Saturday morning, probably 5:30, 6 o'clock, and that's it. I got skunked after that. For the rest of the day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday, I got smoked. The only thing I caught was on Janice's pole. I reeled up a soft-shelled turtle. That was literally the only thing I caught all day Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday, nothing. I don't even think I had a bite one time on Monday. Nothing. So at least I caught a small drum today. That's something. But honestly, I'm hoping today that if I do catch anything, it's going to have weight to it, because I'm using a shrimp and a night crawler right now, but I also got a live bullhead out there that's probably 6 inches long. It's pretty healthy. So if anything actually bites that other than a turtle, then I'm going to know it.
Oh no!
What do you use? You bologna? Potted meat? What?
Dad.
Everything.
Oh.
But I got vein and wings, I split them. Yeah, I'm gonna call my wife and pick out some chicken or something. Looking at everything at work. Then we're gonna go.
Yes, sir, Native. Something is definitely better than nothing.
Oh.
And if I wanted to get really technical,
Hey, good luck on your video and everything.
Thank you.
hey, y'all have a good day, man.
Hey, you too, man. Tell your viewers out there 1 thumbs up from Mr. Maxwell.
Well, you have a good day, Mr. Maxwell.
Oh. What you got, worm? Not like it's worm. Gonna go in there and take a nap?
Can't catfish cats anymore. Well, Native Wildman, you're on the Blue River, buddy.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I can guarantee there's catfish in, it's that Blue River. May not always necessarily be the one you want, but they're in there.
You too.
Have a good one.
Are you giving your worm a ride?
I still want to get down there and fish with you down there in your area. Because 90% of our fishing up here in Nebraska is on that Blue River.
Uh-oh. Go. Woo! Yeah.
But you could also travel around a little bit too, Native. You're not that far from Milford Lake either, and that Republican River's got a pile of big blues in it, flatheads, big wipers. There's some big wipers in that river. I've heard the stories from the old timers and the locals telling me about them big stripers that will just strip the gears right out of your daggum reel. one of the reasons I upgraded my selection of reels years ago. Is listen to those guys, they'll use small reels, but they'll be high dollar, you know, ceramic, carbon fiber, like everything is, you know, they're not cheap. Something that can have drag scream in and out on that thing for an hour and not have to worry about it, still be able to use it. So that's one of the reasons I upgraded my selection of reels. Chicken livers marinated in a little bit of bourbon and little marshmallows. That's an interesting bait selection.
Don't hit the pole.
Can't say I've ever tried that.
Stay away from the edge.
One of these days, Native, I need to have you meet us up on the Nebraska side, a little ways up from Marysville, and have you spend a day fishing with us in that spot. That's a pretty nice spot. It doesn't have a flat bank like the one you're used to down there where you fish, but it holds a lot of fish, and there's some big ones in there. Last weekend when Janice was catching them big old carp, she caught that 17-pound carp and caught another one that was around 10 pounds. She caught a nice buffalo, probably 6 or 8 pounds. There was some guys in some kayaks that went upstream from us. They sat down in the water close to us, and they went upstream, and they were, because there's a dam upstream from where we was fishing at, and they know where all the holes are, you know, they're kind of locals there. And the landowners are pretty hairy about anchoring. I guess there's laws in that area where if you anchor your boat in the river, then technically the anchor touches their ground and they can, it's, I don't know. It's, I don't know. Some of these people up here in Nebraska are, I don't know, I'm just going to say downright pathetic with their, like, I personally don't see what the big deal is with you anchoring your boat in the middle of a river, but there's a lot of these people that are so selfish and stingy that they will call the cops on you for anchoring in their part of the river. So like, you can't even, like up here in this area where we're fishing today, if you go on a sandbar in the middle of the river, some of these landowners will straight shoot at you, and they will call the cops on you. And I mean, it's pitiful. It really is. It's pathetic. But you know, they're the landowners. They have a legal right to run you off their sandbar if they see fit. So what are you gonna do about it? But in that particular spot where we fish down there, some of the landowners in that area are the same way. Like, if you anchor your boat in the middle of the river, then that's trespassing. If you tie off to a log on the bank, that's trespassing. And some, I mean, so those guys, they knew where to go. I agree, Miss Alice. If you're in the middle of the river, sandbar, I mean, if the sandbar's popping up, I can see it as dry ground technically, but
Nebraska has some weird ass law. It's not federal. It's state.
oh, your pink one.
Yeah, that's on.
I personally, if I was fortunate enough to own some of that river land, like if somebody was on my land without permission, I would, oh, you better go help. Go help. Help her catch it up. Well, and JV, there's a lot of areas that are that way, that you have X amount of feet. You know, some places it's only like 5 feet, but still.
I don't think Grandma's got it.
You know, And I can't lie. I mean, in some ways, I kind of understand some of it because, like, if you go downstream from us here to the tail race park, it literally looks like the landfill when you walk in there because people are so lazy and just leave their trash. And so wind blows trash on other people's places. You know, if the water goes up and catches any of it, it goes onto somebody's land. Oh, Granny got him. Yeah, she got something else too, but she got the fish. I just, like, if I was a landowner, I personally would not, I mean, I would watch them, of course, because people do some sketchy stuff. I'm not, you know, I can't be unrealistic. But if I was a landowner and they just was anchored off in their boat in the middle of the water, I personally would not say nothing. I might watch them to make sure they ain't messing around on my land, you know, because, I mean, those guys... No, that's Josh. I'm not going to answer that on the live. The only reason, sorry guys, the only reason my phone ain't on Do Not Disturb is because I'm expecting for a guy to reach out to me. He said he was going to reach out to me today. We was going to fish together since I was up here. Come here, grandson. Show the fish.
Come here, buddy. It's just a little drum. Can you see it? He's got to pet the fish. All right, let's go throw him back. Roll up that bobber and get it out of the way.
So, sorry for the interruption. That kid is, I gave some fishing poles to him and his little boy last year. They're supposed to meet us up here and fish with us today, but his little boy's got some ball games to do first. I guess he was just calling to see if the fish was biting or whatever, so I sent him a note back and let him know. Did you get a worm? What are you doing with that worm?
Stay right there.
Oh, 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 holy cow. All crazy and stuff. Yes, Miss Alice, coffee is exactly that, yeah. I won't even leave my house without coffee. I tried that before. It got ugly pretty fast. Hello, Nature Nova. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. We're fishing around Columbus, Nebraska on the Power Canal today. So far, the only thing we got biting is drum. Grab one of them baby carps and let it float around on that floater.
That's a bait hook.
So there's another hook right there. Something was chasing all them little bait fish up.
Oh, I know. I've been watching them jump here.
How's it going, guys? Wonder if that shrimp got chewed off of that hook yet. That's awesome, Nature. What?
There they are. Like, did the bolt hit?
Biting yet?
We caught a couple of drums.
That's
out
what
of the
drums
way.
do, isn't it?
We got one in here that I'm gonna chunk up for bait later, and the other ones we just put them back.
Yeah. Yeah, bigger for the next time.
Taking advantage of the wind finally being down, doing a YouTube live.
Gotcha.
Well, Nature Nova, I definitely appreciate the comments and
Hey, Dan.
the watch time, and I'm sure the
Yeah,
other
is that a
person
Dan?
does as well.
Taco mine.
I mean,
Okay.
That's the way he cools off a little bit.
He calls every dog Dan. Because we have a dog at home named Dan.
Yeah, boy, this is Scooby.
His name's what?
that's Scooby.
Ah.
Yeah, that's old Scooby. There we are.
Well, Native, I got one small cat last weekend, and I've had nothing since, except for that drum I got earlier. Some more people enjoying the trail. Some people jog, some people walk, some people ride their bicycles up and down it. Not allowed to have any motorized vehicles on it, but it's miles and miles long, and a lot of people utilize it locally.
They always wait to shake till they're right by you.
I think I'm gonna have to go check my bait on. I think my shrimp might have finally got chewed off that hook. Whatever bit it earlier had it about half gone, and then we rehooked it and threw it back out, and I've seen a few nibbles on it since, and now nothing for a while. I think whatever bit my night crawler earlier might have got me snagged up on some concrete or something,
Oh.
because I was trying to get right up next to the concrete pillars without actually being on it, hoping to entice a flathead or something. So I think I'm gonna go check those. Grab a drink of soda pop here.
I'll be
What? Grandma's got to sit for a minute. Go watch the bobber. I got a live bait on the bobber. See the grandma? Bird? Bob's gonna go check his bait. No, we're just sitting here chilling. Floating a baby drum or a baby carp on a bobber. See if something might want to eat it. Flies are pesky today. guy is carrying it where I don't want to go. It's a beautiful day to be out here. Flies are kind of irritating today. Wind's kind of picking up a little bit, but it's not supposed to be super windy today like it has been. Jerry's checking all of his baits.
Oh, I got too close to that underground stuff. Oh.
Oh my!
Have a good day, Nature Nova. I'm sure everyone that you're watching will appreciate it.
All that cotton flying still.
Got a little too close to the concrete that's under the water, and that one little bite I had earlier got me all down in there, so I had to break my stuff off. Oh, what you got? Okay, thank you. Alright, now I've got to find, where's them hooks we grabbed from the front?
I put them in the container.
So locally over in Omaha, there's a guy named Michael McGee, and I honestly don't know what you call for he does for a living. It has something to do with computers and programming, and I don't know, a lot of stuff I ain't smart enough to do, nor have the willpower to learn. But he also has a online tackle shop that him and his son started for his son, and he has these really big, like, I like using big gear. I don't like stuff that breaks under pressure. I like stuff that, if possible, I would rather bring the stump to me rather than lose all my stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to drag those concrete pylons out from under that water. But in a normal circumstance, this is a big swivel, y'all. I don't know if you can see how big that thing really is, but this is a big swivel. I can't remember what size it is, but he sells these things in his online shop. He also sells these really nice beads. They're a soft. I like them because they're soft and they seem to be a little more durable than the harder ones for taking abuse, and they give a really nice cushion for when your sinker, like I use inline sinkers, and these things have a really nice cushion on your knot. But go on Facebook and give Mike McGee a shout out, and he's got other stuff on there as well. And anybody that knows me knows I support small business and, when possible, local small business. But definitely small business. And Michael McGee has some really good stuff in his shop. And so, give him a shout out. Everything in there is for his son. He's teaching his son to be an entrepreneur, and I can definitely support that. These are some very nice heavy swivels. Morning, y'all.
Good morning. It is too.
Oh, it's amazing. Bring Grandpa a swivel.
The thing in your hand. I'll eat it.
Where's my swivel? I don't mind hearing too bad.
Oh, okay. He's like,
Thank you.
he's like, I got a word. Ain't you got a word? Don't put it on my phone. It's dead and yucky. And you change my channel. Don't, please. I'm not going to ask you again. Put it in there. I don't want it. It's yucky now. Come on, quit.
So a while back, after I lost a large flathead bridge fishing, I guess to some people's standards it's a guppy, but for me, in our area, it was nice. It was easily over 20 pounds. I got him up out of the water. It was before we got our bridge net. And I got him up out of the water, and he just flopped his head back and forth a couple times, sawed right through the leader and swam off. So that made me mad. I used some language I wasn't proud of. So we got online and we ordered some stuff. I make steel leaders now. I don't want that to happen again. Native wild man, I can't say I've intentionally fished for bass in, I don't know, decades. I did it a lot when I was a kid down in Missouri. Yeah, somebody's dead crawdad. Actually, looks like he got boiled, huh?
This is one of the red crawdads. It's one of them colored ones.
Ew, no.
Stick his tail on a hook, see if anything bites it.
Alright, I'll save it for here in a little bit. Don't touch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little more rocks back out.
Oh. That.
So when I was a kid down in southeast Missouri, I used to wade them ditches down there, and I had a little Mitchell 300, and I don't even remember what kind of rod I was using. It's a long time ago, but I used to wade them ditches down there and catch up largemouths quite a bit, and if the largemouth wasn't biting, I'd catch catfish. If nary one of them was biting, I'd just go swimming. Here recently, we've switched over to a different hook.
I know.
We've supported a lot of small businesses over the last few years, and recently we've switched over to a different hook that actually pro staffs a couple of the people that rep our rod holders. Well, John Cyclone down in Louisiana has a company called Rivercast Tackle. He's got these hooks that are pretty dang phenomenal. They're made with a German alloy steel. They're really strong, really sharp, and really durable.
That worm is dead.
Like you can just, I straightened one, well, 2 hooks in a row I straightened out because I use 100-pound line on most of my rigs, and I straightened out a couple of 3/0 hooks that got snagged up, and the dang wind's picking up on us now. See if I can turn this a little bit where the wind don't blow it over. But I straightened out a couple of 3/0 hooks, and they were still sharp. Like they would still poke a hole in your finger even after I straightened them out. Like I have no idea how they hold. I have no idea how they hold that well, but they do. Like you can just catch fish after fish after fish going right through the bones. They just stay sharp. Don't have a clue how, but they do it. Did she give? Let's say it looks like you got grass around your reel. But anyways, like if you want to try a new hook, I can't recommend these hooks enough. These things are phenomenal. If somebody actually found me valuable enough to be a pro staff or a affiliate or whatever, I don't know what top secret information that holds, but if somebody actually thought high enough for me to do that, like this is a guy I would definitely be proud to rep. Not only is he a straight shooting guy, but he has a very good product. There's a lot of good hooks on the market. Like we have owned and gifted other people Trophy Cat Tackle, Nocturnal Nation, Minotaur.
That one guy come out?
I don't know. Oh no, Crazy K no. wind picks up anymore, I'll probably
Right there.
shut it off. 'Cause I know I personally don't like to click on a live and then all I hear is the wind and can't hear nobody talk because of the dang wind. I don't like to hear that stuff myself. So. As long as the wind ain't too bad, I'll keep it live as long as my tripod will stand up.
There was a nice carp that jumped about, probably maybe 5-10 foot from bank, just down from me.
But if the wind picks up anymore, I'll shut it down. But it sure is a beautiful day so far.
Grandma's gonna go check this one. Couldn't tell if it was.
Hey,
Hey, it's not my name.
Are you going live, Native Wild Man, or are you just gonna go out and fish? So I'm learning how to use these things. These little morning. That's a pretty dog you got. That's a pretty dog.
Yeah.
So I'm learning how to use these rattlers. Is that a Dan? Is that a Dan Taco Man? So I'm learning how to use these things, and what I was doing with them is I was using them like a regular leader, where I would hook this onto my swivel, and then I would tie a leader onto the other end like a normal leader. Yeah, I need to get one of them microphones too, Native Wild Man. Then we can be out in the wind. Cause we got a couple in a inflatable little boat thing. Looks like they're about to go out in the water. Yep, come here. But I had a guy tell me last weekend that I should move this thing all the way down closer to the rattling things. Morning. That they work better that way for holding the bait up off the bottom and all that. I don't really know how all that works. I'm trying to learn it. This particular rattle was painted by a guy named Greg out of Omaha, and he has a tournament series called the Outdoor Wicked, or the Wicked Whiskers Tournament. His YouTube channel is Outdoor actually matters, but it's loud. It's louder than any of the other ones that I have. But the next batch I get is going to be from my guy Sergio down in Texas. He's recently started purchasing blanks and from a different person, and he does some really nice work, like he'll personalize them for you and everything. Like, check out Sergio Rivas on Facebook. He's down there in Texas. He does really beautiful work. He also reps our pro staff or affiliate or whatever you might want to call him. Yeah, he reps our rod holders and drinkware. The next time I buy these spooks or whatever you call them, I'm going to get them for you. But I'm going to finish getting this rigged up and get it in the water. Beautiful little channel here, probably a pound, maybe a pound and a half.
Oh,
Oh, what happened?
oh. Okay, okay. Big,
Okay, let's go put him in the water.
back. No.
Okay, let's go put him in the water.
Back.
Okay, dry your hand. Here. Don't run off with it. Finally caught a catfish today.
They have it.
That was on the shrimp.
They got
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Door handle to your truck. So you just got to get in from the other side, or you got to roll your window up and down to get in and out. Hey, Eddie Finn, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. I'm about to have to shut down anyway because my battery's almost dead. I didn't even know it. And a guy that's supposed to bring his little boy up to fish with us this afternoon has been blowing up my phone, and I ain't answered him because I'm live. But I'm going to have to get this thing off of here and have to get in from the passenger side. Yeah, that sucks. Hopefully you got a bench seat so it's not so much of a pain in the butt. Older Chevy probably. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here so I can get my battery charged up. If the wind stays like it is right now, then I'd like to go back live after a while. Especially if we can get some of these fish to start picking up. I'm going to get this on the charge, and I'm going to get my back up and put them back in the water. And y'all have a good day.